to shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back to Cass Tech High School. Game 2 out of 6 today. We just saw the Cass Tech women win our first game of the day. Congratulations again to the Lady Technicians. And now we have game 2 of the day. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush back with you. Glad you're making some time, however you're watching, wherever you're watching. And this is an intriguing matchup, Chad. On one side, you've got Bloomfield Hills, who has had good teams each of the last 2 years. They're still figuring themselves out, a lot of new pieces to the team. As for Detroit Central, who comes in with a winning record of 4-3, oh, by the way, 2 of their 3 losses by 5 points or less, I think we may leave this game today learning about Detroit Central. A lot of people going, wait, this team's pretty good. The Trailblazers have got. It's an intriguing game. We're going to learn a lot about both these teams today.
It really is. I'm interested to see how Central, who's played in all these close games, responds. Sometimes you can get beaten down and sort of give in. They seem to be a resilient bunch. And I'm anxious to see how they respond under DeJon Curd, their head coach. Meanwhile, Bluefield Hills, the Blackhawks, they lost a lot last year. Noah Adamczak, the kid who's at Central Michigan, their top scorer, they're trying to adjust. They've got a solid head coach in Brian Canfield. They're trying to figure things out. They've challenged themselves on the road. This is a good matchup for both teams here today in game number 2 of 6.
There's your starting 5 for Bloomfield Hills. Nagy, Muhammad, Hinton, Mason, Edwards among the 5. The guy we'll be watching all day for Bloomfield Hills is Deron Mason, number 4. Still young, just a sophomore. But he's second on the team in scoring with just under 12 per game. He leads the team in rebounds with just under 10 per game. You probably heard of Bloomfield Hills and all the success they had last year. Noah Adamczak,
Yep.
Now at Central Michigan, great score. We saw him in the PSL Classic last year, Chad. It's a Bloomfield Hills team that comes in at 0-6, but their coaching staff has been really impressed with how hard they keep battling every single game. And it's a team that, it's a cliche, but it's true, going to look a lot different by the end of the year than the way they do right now.
Yeah, they are, and I think they've got some guys that they really trust and like. Blake Nagy's one of those guys, a guy that's been in the program, a senior. Phil Muhammad's really the guy they're going to lean on. He's been their top scorer all season, and Deron Mason on the glass has been special. Muhammad kind of does it all. He's a triple-double threat with what he's able to do as we get a look at the starters for Detroit Central. Acuff, Moore, Taylor, Pamplin, and Gray. It's a starting 5 that has been impressive so far and has been a big part of their 4 wins this season. Who stands out mostly for you at Detroit Central?
Well, when you look at the roster, there's a few folks who also play on the football team. Jeremiah Gray, number 14, who's right in the middle. Big dude, just a sophomore, D lineman on the football team, honorable mention free ball area team in basketball last year. At the smaller levels of high school hoops, Detroit Central down it a little bit in terms of enrollment and division size. There's just over 300 kids at the school. When you have a guy as big as Gray in the middle, they can help you win some basketball games.
Yeah, he looks the part. One of those guys, you get off the bus, you want this guy to be one of the guys coming off it. Delayed start here, but I think we're finally ready. Another ball issue? I don't know.
We had a couple of wet spots in the first game.
Yeah. I think it's Newer's fault. I don't know.
Don't worry. By the time we get to the 4th or 5th game, we will be cooking with gas. Let's jump it up. Game 2 of the day, our first boys game of the day. Central wins the tap. Off we go. Acuff shook free of his defender. Lofted a 3, missed it. Rebound down low. Bloomfield Hills corrals it. Anthony Agbe, number 5. Here's Muhammad, 5'9" junior, the team's leading scorer. Hinton for Edwards. Agbe faked it. Patient possession, Mason floater, no, tough rebound inside. Look at a battle down there. And we get a whistle as Pamplin was fighting for that rebound.
Yeah, Pamplin's one of their guys they like quite a bit. Plays 7 on this team. Tough loss their last time out. You mentioned they've been through a lot of tight losses. Their worst, toughest loss was to Cody their last time out. Just a 1-point loss.
Moore shoveled a pass that was picked off by Hinton. 2-on-1 Bloomfield Hills. Hinton lost the ball. He goes down to the floor to save it. And he got a foul on Detroit Central in the process.
Yeah, a lot of physical bodies on the floor willing to sacrifice themselves. Ball's going to stay this side of court.
Thought they called a foul down there. If it would be on anyone, it would be on Pamplin. Didn't hear an announcement, though.
They could have.
Mason on Taylor. Once again, Bloomfield Hills patient on this possession. To the elbow they go. A jump shot no good for Edwards. And Detroit Central opened the scoring. Moore, nice shot fake. One more pass inside to the big fellow who got tied up. Gray lost it. Still Central basketball. And then Acuff got stripped.
Helter-skelter, partner.
Mason down the lane, throws it up, no good. The start to this game is beauty in the eye of the beholder. That's a good-looking shot. Muhammad hits it.
Game's first points by the top scorer, top assist man, Mr. Muhammad. You'll call his name a lot today.
3-0 Bloomfield Hills. Wild shot, no good. Awkward-looking one at that. And Mason dribbles it off his foot.
Yeah, Bloomfield Hills hungry for their first win. Trying to find themselves. Detroit Central trying to get themselves a win in close games. Hasn't always gone their way.
I mean, this is a challenge for Detroit Central in terms of their school's got 300 kids. Bloomfield Hills has 1,700.
You're not lying.
Stepping up in the weight class a little bit.
Yep.
Acuff down low, out of bounds. Clearly the Trailblazers are trying to get Jeremiah Gray settled down there, 14.
Yeah, and look, Bloomfield Hills knows that too. And they're trying to disrupt Gray. You've seen a double team at times with him. They're concerned. Look at that size.
Acuff, tough floater, off glass. Good.
Oh, yes. Mr. Acuff, good family bloodlines.
How the heck did that happen? Edwards was all alone for Bloomfield Hills.
Not a guy you should leave alone. Dangerous player, Mr. Deani Edwards.
5-2 Bloomfield Hills. Lost their last one to Lake Orion a week ago. Rebound, out of bounds, off Detroit Central. Cold to start at shooting it.
They are, and they haven't had much activity on the offensive set. Good job by Bloomfield Hills to box out, but a tough bucket there you see by Tyre Acuff.
Muhammad fakes, shoots a three. That one swirls out. Offensive rebound, Blackhawks, and a reload. Mason for Edwards. Fall away, Jay. Strong. One-handed rebound by Gray.
Impressive. They got the miss they wanted in that zone.
Slash into the rim. Another shot off for Acuff. Oh, look at him battle down there. Tyree's got the ball back and missing another shot.
My goodness. Unsettled.
Agbe turned it over.
Great hustle by Maurice Moore to steal it and save it.
Oh, and he got blocked by Mason. Floater for Moore. Unkind roll. Rebound Edwards. There's a lid on that rim for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, a lot like we saw in the girls' game. Some exciting offense both ways. Nothing to show for it. Solid defense in this game so far.
Muhammad. Oh, he almost hit that thing from Hamtramck. Timeout on the floor. 3.5 to go and a quick move in first quarter. Not a lot of scoring so far. Bloomfield Hills off to the early lead.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Back to action at Cass Tech. Bloomfield Hills lead. Muhammad fouls Acuff here. Low scoring so far, Chad. Is that because the defenses are playing well, offensive struggles? What's going on here?
I think a little of both. I think the offenses have been efficient. Shots just haven't fallen. They've had some clean looks, some nice moves. And you know what? The defensive rebounding's been special.
How about that? Agbe the steal. Agbe the finish.
Yeah, a little contact at the end, too. Strong finish. Pick 2.
Bloomfield Hills hasn't won yet this year, but they have come out looking good. Never trailed. Long way to go, but a good start. Moore, floater, not close. Agbe rebound.
Bloomfield Hills can just find their way through the zone with cuts like that.
Hinton, though, met Gray down low. Agbe working hard down there. Edwards strong. Now Central wants to push. Taylor to the line.
Good work by Taylor to attack. He's put together well. Gets himself to the line. Cuts through and causes the contact and 2 shots coming. We did cover Bloomfield Hills High School in football in the opener on the PreP all the way back on August 26th. Bloomfield Hills at sea home in football, and then we covered Detroit Central in the PSL championship game at Ford Field on a cold November night. I think colder than it is today.
You know Ford Field is indoors, right? How'd you know it was cold that day?
Well, we had to, we had to shuttle equipment in and out, and we got a good dose of that cold weather. Yeah, warm and cozy inside Ford Field. It's hot right now inside Ford Field, huh?
It is very much so, yes. Agbe for 2. I'm just getting nervous because there are those projections that potentially the Rams could be coming here. Stafford's revenge tour. I'm already sweating.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair storyline that I could jump on, but I don't think it's happening. And I'm not scared. Not scared of that guy. He's the Grinch to me.
Acuff out of bounds. I don't mean to make you feel old here, Chad, but I'm just going to say it anyway. When the Lions clinched the NFC North the other day, Agbe, by the way, working hard for Bloomfield Hills, 4 points already. That was the first time in my life they won the division.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's something. And that's special, too. I'm glad for the city to be able to have the fans rewarded.
Acuff got fouled while shooting it. They got Mason on the foul. So Tyree Acuff going to the line. Yes, there's a joke in here somewhere about an Acuff playing basketball at Cass Tech, but I'm sure Cass Tech fans are a little sad that Darius is now down playing his hoops in Florida, so no more Darius Acuff jokes today.
No, not in this building. That's not going to fly well. Detroit Central trying to get to win number 5. Came over from Ferndale. And Coach Juan Rickman, one of our friends of the program.
That is a careless play by Bloomfield Hills. A turnover. Moore shot faking and driving. Out of bounds off Central.
That was a nifty move to get loose. Like the thoughtfulness and the creativity by Maurice Moore, but yeah, just you get a turnover, you don't want to turn it right back, and now face this pressure.
Can they break it? Yes, they can. Hinton to the rim, did everything right but make the shot. There are Trailblazers ahead of the play. Williams tracked it down, threw it to Taylor, and he scored.
Taylor with a fine finish in a play that he kind of recovered. Got the score in a game that's tough to score.
Up and down the floor we go. Edwards off the glass and in.
De'Yani Edwards, the senior at 6'4", a big part of this team. Strong big man finish. He averages just over 10 a game.
Wide open look for more. Rebound, volleyball spiked off the glass. It's Bloomfield Hills ball.
Yeah, and they had to check out Anthony Williams, a big who's come off the bench. It's a fun matchup to watch him and Edwards right now.
Edwards gave it up. Mason missed the three. Big boy rebound for Pamplin.
Yes, sir. Sebastian with the bunnies.
Half a minute to go, first quarter. It's been Bloomfield Hills' game from the beginning. Pamplin off that rebound. Driving baseline for two.
I like the recognition by Pamplin, a hard closeout by Agbe, and he took advantage of it and attacked. That's a smart basketball play and aggressive.
Bloomfield Hills still with time on that ticker. Mason's gonna have to create. Duran, Mason, down the lane. To the second quarter we go. Bloomfield Hills has never trailed in this game, but Detroit Central, as that quarter rolled along, started to feel things out and started to claw their way back in the game. A lot on the line today. Bloomfield Hills trying to get their first win of the year. Detroit Central trying to get win number 5. It's the Blackhawks off to the good start in the lead after one quarter of ball.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
DeJohn Curd in year number 2 coaching Detroit Central. As Chad was telling you earlier, former assistant coach at Ferndale under Juan Rickman, who runs a heck of a program. Coach Curd, Coach David DeJulius, Tyson Acuff in AAU, works in the Detroit public school system. Excellent coach, leading his Trailblazers so far this season to a 4-3 record. Work to do here as we start the second. It's the lead of the ball for Bloomfield Hills, and that lead just got larger. Hinton off glass for 2. The lead grows for Bloomfield Hills. What's Central's response? Acuff for Amari West. One more pass. Taylor, corner 3. Yes.
I'll tell you what, I like Chris Taylor. He's got a strong game to him, very confident. Two-way player, too. Knows how to play defense.
How about that drive all the way for Mason?
I'll tell you what, the game has picked up. Duran Mason, 11.5 points per game, and also leads him on the glass. Athletic, big kid that can put it on the floor.
Acuff for Taylor. Wild shot West, no good. Rebound Pamplin, no. Bloomfield Hills has got it. They're still figuring out what the score should be on the scoreboard. Right now it reads 18-15. 3, Pamplin, no. Acuff rebound. Pamplin shot fake this time. Offensive foul.
Yep. It's the right call. Heady play, standing in there. Duran Mason taking the charge. A little out of control that time. It was Pamplin.
All right, so on the scoreboard right now, it tells us there's 6:37 to go in the second quarter, and it's 19-15 Bloomfield Hills.
That's wrong.
That's not the right score. Yeah.
No, it's.
I believe it should be 14-11. It should be 15-11 Bloomfield Hills. That's why Jamie's here. She's the smart one. She's got the correct score. So what's on the scoreboard's not correct.
Well, sometimes we have to all work together and tell Mr. Weaver and company down below at that scores table where it's at. Somebody got a sticky finger in there. This is a professional crew. This is a crew we've grown to know and love. Mr. Weaver's a legend, PSL Hall of Famer.
There was a feature done on Mr. Weaver as part of the high school basketball finals coverage last year.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well deserved. You see Anika McEvans down there providing some leadership. Jay Alexander also in the house. We'll talk to Jay later on today. 15-11. All's well that ends well. As promised by our stat crew down there.
Jamie and Pat, the hardest working crew in the business.
Yep.
Fortified by some Jimmy Johns in between the game. We're good to go.
That's it. By the way, I ate the vegetarian one. I'm so disappointed in myself.
Hinton floater, no good. I'm judging by that. You didn't mean to eat?
No, I thought that was turkey. It was provolone. Still delicious. But I'd never do a vegetarian.
Steal and a finish. Williams off the bench making it happen for Central.
That's a grown man. Anthony Williams in that paint, channeling his inner Antonio Gates.
Here we go. Ahead to Acuff. Oh, no. He wasn't sure if he wanted to dunk it or lay it in, and then he just missed it.
Yeah, it slipped out of that paw.
On the other end, Edwards through contact. No whistle. He still scored.
I really like Deani Edwards, the senior 6'4" forward. Strong finish, and yeah, I thought he could have got the hoop in the harm.
Bloomfield Hills is still never trailed.
Doesn't look like an 0-5 team, Evan.
Moore all the way to the rim. Maurice, hello. And a steal off the inbound.
Wow, here they come. Here comes Central. This is what they do. Hot hand.
Moore feeling it.
How about it? Pressure coming. Tied at 17. That was a quick run.
First time we've been tied since it was 0-0. What's the response for Bloomfield Hills? Quick trigger three. Got it from the left side. Carter Canfield, the coach's son.
Yeah, coach's son knew what to do with it. He said, that's a 2-3 zone. I'm going to get dead spot left, and I'm going to drill a three.
Oh, boy. Central getting inside again. Wild shot for West was no good. They will stay on this end of the floor, though.
The energy guy, though, Taylor's going to come in. I like this Chris Taylor, number 4.
He's a junior, inbounding to the senior Anthony Williams. Moore, pass, tipped out of bounds, still Central ball.
Not easy. Bloomfield Hills is making this difficult. The Blackhawks, you wouldn't know they're 0-5.
Steal off the inbound by Edwards. Now Canfield on the go. Open look, Hinton. Big rebound by Williams. 6'2", 185, looks every bit of it.
Man, good ups. Jimmy Macon could use him on that football team.
Moore from just inside the line, got the kind roll.
Maurice Moore has played a nice basketball game today, and he's starting to kind of take over as that number 2 guy.
Canfield fouled, and he's going to the line.
Just a 9th grader, Carter Canfield. And you mentioned it, a coach's son. They always have some advantages, I feel. And Canfield, look at, he's a 9th grader. He's trying to sell, he gets free throws. Not many kids do that.
Maybe if this game was being played at LCA and this was an NBA game, you'd get free throws. But nope, this is a high school game and the continuation rules are not as lax. That was a heck of a move by Maurice Moore.
How about it? Good replay there.
Yeah. Ruben Farr, yes.
Look at that slingshot.
Mason Ruben Farr, the senior, hit it. slapping 5 with a smile on his face. And that lead for Bloomfield Hills back up to 2 possessions.
They're competing. This has turned into an interesting battle. Fun one to watch.
Gray back in the game, setting the screen for Moore. Maurice has got that thing on a string. Get everything right but make the shot there. Canfield ahead. Hinton for Mason. Duran Mason in and out. Canfield is all over the floor. Oh, a turnover for Bloomfield Hills.
Yep. Great anticipation that time by Taylor.
Moore. Pass. Gray had it go out of bounds off of a Blackhawk. I think that was off Mason down there. Stays with the team in blue and white, the Trailblazers.
They're going to try to get some juice off the bench. Tyree Acuff comes back in. It's a big part of what they do. It's their front guy.
Young team here, one of the sophomores on the team. A couple of sophomores in the starting 5. Freshman Amari West off the bench. Gray, one of those sophomores, was trapped, and he turned it over along the baseline.
Great help defense from Duran Mason.
Hinton. No good. And a foul on Canfield. He went over the back.
Yeah, this time Duran Mason gave it up at the top side, set up his teammate nicely, and Hinton couldn't get it to go, but that was the right selection.
Central has never led. This game has been tied twice. 0-0 and 14-14.
Yeah, they had to claw back a little bit.
Acuff. One too many passes. Tried to find Grant. It was picked off.
Yep. Duran Mason, a big part of that.
Edwards. No, but that time he draws the whistle. Man, when that 6'4" guy gets downhill, it's tough to stop him.
It is. He's smooth, strong, and plays the angles well. Gets rewarded here at the free throw line. First free throw attempts of the ball game for Bloomfield Hills.
Edwards started his career, Chad, at West Bloomfield. Now he's a senior finishing up at Bloomfield Hills.
Ah, interesting. The Lakers had high hopes this year. I know they've had a rough start, but they're not out of things yet in the OAA red.
Tough break there for Edwards. He missed both free throws. Our crack research staff did our best to figure out if Deani is related to Donovan with the Edwards last name in West Bloomfield. We couldn't find anything that said they're related, but if they are and you're watching the game, let us know in the comments, please.
I love those comments. So useful.
Acuff. No good on the rainbow tray. Hinton had the rebound. Had to evade Maurice Moore.
They got numbers.
Mason into the corner. Ruben Farr, no. Rebound, out of bounds. Central ball.
Well, Central wants to get this thing knotted up or better at halftime. They've got about 100 seconds to work with, and you'd like to see some quality sets here. Maybe go back and find your big man, Jeremiah Gray, number 14, who hasn't really had a touch, Evan, in really too long.
Jeremiah hasn't scored yet in this game. 3 rebounds. Is Bloomfield Hills doing defensive things here to make it really hard for Gray?
They are. Coach Cantfield's known to mix things up, and he's done a great job of that. I've seen a matchup zone, a 2-3 zone, man. He has thrown everything at Central today.
Moore on Canfield. Maurice got inside, found Gray, who laid it in.
Dribble drive, set it up, found the big man in the finish.
You know Jeremiah wanted to dunk that. You know he did.
He did. That's why I give him so much credit. He two-handed off the glass.
Canfield! That one was from Hamtramck.
It was, and it gives them that cushion for that halftime lead, something they really could use being winless and get some hope going into the break.
At 6 for the freshman. Acuff, give up, through contact. Good, and off to the line, Sebastian Pamplin.
That's twice the Trailblazer guards have created off their bounce and have really exposed this man-to-man defense. Look at the dribble drive and the unselfishness and awareness to find the big boy and the lay-in for Pamplin. And the harm. They got a chance to get it to within 2, Evan. Maybe get a tie or better still at the break.
Yeah, I mean, look, all things considered, if you're Central, I think they'd freely admit, we haven't played great. Never led in this game.
Yeah.
But with the score being where it is here, half a minute to go in the first half, all things considered, we'll take it.
That's right. And heavy pressure here. They're not done.
Mason for Agbe. Oh, boy, that was a fastball that was tipped.
Yep.
Canfield, same spot. Not that time. Rebound, Williams.
I love watching Williams rebound the ball. Just secure every time.
He was a linebacker on the football team this year, and he looks like a linebacker when he rebounds.
Jimmy Macon loves this kid.
Offensive foul. He's not going to like that.
Yeah, illegal screen. Williams meant well. Wasn't the result he had drawn up. And his head coach, Coach Dewan, debating the call, but that's the right call. One last possession, partner.
Yeah. Fun first half. There's 5 seconds on the clock. Into the backcourt with Mason. Duran's got to go. Had it tipped with 2. Canfield. No. I'm not sure it would have counted anyway. Great first half for Bloomfield Hills, a team that's still seeking their first win of the year. 16 minutes of hoops down, at least 16 to go. A lot of time to go, but the Blackhawks are going to like the way that first half went. They never trailed. They got some good looks. The freshman, the coach's son, Carter Canfield, knocked a couple down. And it's a Bloomfield Hills lead at recess.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Back at Cass Tech, game 2 out of 6 all day. First game was won by the Cass Tech women. We start the boys slate with this really good game between Detroit Central and Bloomfield Hills. Bloomfield Hills has never trailed, but Chad, as we're about to start the second half, they're only up by 2. So two-pronged question here. What has Bloomfield Hills done so well to get the lead, and how the heck are they going to keep the lead? Because Central came on strong in that first half.
Bloomfield Hills has been able to penetrate, attack, and hit open shots in the outside perimeter. I mean, they've been able to knock down some shots from distance, 4 of them in this game. And I think they have not allowed Detroit Central a lot of second chance opportunities. And that will be challenged in this second half, I think, the most of all the other obstacles they'll face. Central's going to come after their misses a little bit stronger, I think, in the second frame.
You know, we talked about it in the first half, right? Detroit Central comes in battle-tested team. They're 4-3, 2 of their 3 losses by 5 points or less. Bloomfield Hills is still going for their first win of the season. So on paper, you go in and think, oh, Detroit Central's going to win this game, right? But their school, it's a small school. There's only about 300 kids. Historic high school here in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
At Bloomfield Hills, you know, they combined the 2 high schools about a decade ago, over 1,700 kids. So I would have to think, no matter how this game ends for Detroit Central, this is an awesome building block for wherever their season goes the rest of the way.
It is. They're playing up. They're challenging themselves. And you're right. They're playing a team that has a superior enrollment. And, yeah, they've got some talent and skill. This is very good for Detroit Central, who will compete. And, look, they're in the PSL Blue. This is something that they're going to challenge in all season long. Division III, remember.
Yep.
So they are playing up 2 divisions today, to your point.
It's a Trailblazer group that has big dreams for when the schedule gets to February and March. All they're thinking about is this game right now.
Yep.
Pamplin 3, no. Big boy rebound by Gray. He is a load down there.
He really is. He's a load, and he's going to even hustle back on defense here to help, but this is a rising prospect.
Whistle, foul. Gray listed on the roster as a sophomore, 14 in blue and white. He also plays football. And he has one of those huddle pages, was looking at it last night. He says he's 6'7", 260. Thought there's no way he's that big. No, he's big. He's a big boy.
230.
Floater good. Muhammad rattles it in. Back and forth we go to start the third quarter.
Well, to be fair, he's probably shed a lot of that football weight, too, over the last 45 days or so from Jimmy Makin's program that was trying to bulk him up.
Here he sets the screen for Moore. Maurice Moore short on the step back. And they're going to get a foul here. Muhammad was tripped up.
Muhammad had a strong first quarter. Second quarter, they really neutralized him. If you're Bloomfield Hills, you want to get Muhammad loose. And this is himself getting in the paint. Nice little push shot. Philip Muhammad, one of the better scorers in Oakland County in the OAA.
That foul on Detroit Central on Maurice Moore. He's been in foul trouble. They just had to take him out. The freshman Amari West is back in. Edwards, no good. West off the bench. Was fighting for that rebound. It looked like it went off of West. The initial signal was Detroit Central ball, though.
Yeah, good communication by the officials coming together here. But, yeah, a tough call, 50-50 call there.
Yeah, they've changed it and given it back to Bloomfield Hills. Muhammad off the inbound. And it's a 2-possession lead for the Blackhawks.
A little Philly style. Mr. Muhammad getting loose. Quick 4 points in the opening couple minutes of this second half.
What's the response for Central? They'd love a bucket.
Now this is Mr. Bucket here, Acuff, setting everything up. Great distributor off a high ball screen.
Left alone. Long on the 3. Muhammad being hampered by Chris Taylor. Right up in his grill.
Yeah, he's a headache. Great defender.
Shook free. Way short. Agbe down to the floor. God bless him. Love the effort, couldn't save it. Central ball.
Rebounding, closeouts, no second chance points. Big in this game for Central. Bit undersized down there. Across the board.
Acuff sizing it up with Mason. Now he gets inside. Floater off. Gray rebound. I don't know how he saved it. He's behind the play though. Mason for Edwards. Back to Mason for 2.
So unselfish. Deani Edwards gives up the ball for the greater good. Shares that sugar. Beautiful pass. Thoughtful pass. Great result. That's how you run a break.
To quote a guy who calls games down the road, don't look now, it's a 7-point game. About to get larger. Agbe makes it a 9-point game.
Put on the brakes and the smoke. This is the best run of the day and the biggest lead of the day for the boys from Bloomfield Hills, the Blackhawks.
Danger time for Detroit Central. Corner 3 coming. No good, Pamplin. Rebound, Hinton.
And that's a really nice rebound by Hinton. Undersized.
Pamplin plays on the football team. Looked like a DB picking that one off. Taylor, big time answer for the Trailblazers. And they'll call timeout after that Chris Taylor triple. We'll take it with them. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Bloomfield Hills starting to stretch the lead. Central needed that shot from Taylor in the worst way.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Brian Canfield, the head coach at Bloomfield Hills, Brian Canfield, third season. The first couple have gone really well, winning seasons, talented teams. He was really honest with us when we chatted with him a couple of days ago. Yeah. He knows the roster has turned over. He knows some really good ball players, Chad, have left the roster. But he's been proud of the way his team has battled. He is proud of the way these guys keep showing up to the gym every day. Long way to go in this game, but so far, proof's in the pudding. This team's up by a healthy margin now.
Yeah, they are, and nobody's happier than Brian Canfield. He's a good coach. He's been around. He's been in the Troy school system. I think he taught Austin Sonnenberg, knows the Sonnenberg family well.
Said Austin had a great jump shot, and he's never let any of us forget it. Moore gets the kind roll. It's down to a 4-point game.
How about Moore running out? Quick 5, just like that, partner. Detroit Central now full court press, 2-2-1.
When you show up to the gym for days of basketball like this, you hope for games like this. Competitive, intense. Another foul on Maurice Moore. You're never quite sure what matchups are going to bring the most juice. So far, this one is bringing a lot of juice.
Yeah, and this move was bringing a lot of juice. Little right hand, left side. This player brings a lot of juice. Maurice Moore, double M.
Problem now for number 2 in blue and white. He's going to have to sit for a while, Chad. That's his 4th foul.
Foul was called there. Wow.
Yeah.
Missed that. It was quick. Number 4.
Edwards for Mason. This lead was 9 for Bloomfield Hills. It shrunk to 4. Muhammad, short from about 25 feet away.
Good team rebounding, not allowing a second chance. Detroit Central is going to play again tomorrow, partner against Roseville.
Pamplin all the way, and then he threw it up long, down short.
Big boy can run it out, lead the break.
Hinton. Rebound off Acuff's fingertips to Pamplin. And now they got it back to Acuff.
Yeah, almost got caught with a one-handed rebound. You want to grab two hands.
Acuff falling away. Didn't get the kind roll. Central players behind the play. Agbe threw it up hoping for a foul call, and he got it on Pamplin.
Yeah, and Muhammad found him darn near half court to set this whole thing up. Look at this pass. On the money. Good catch by Agbe. No chance but to foul for Central.
Anthony Agbe on the team last year, coming back this year. Already 6 points as he goes to the line. Anthony is a three-sport guy, also plays some baseball and some soccer. He'll pitch on the baseball team for Bloomfield Hills this year.
Okay, that's cool.
I'd say he'll pitch when the weather gets warmer, but it's a nice day outside. You could go play some baseball today.
It's a great day to throw some balls off the mound, if you're into that.
The weather may be colder on opening day than it is today.
I think that's a fact, Jack.
That's a foul down there. Mason on Acuff. Intensity picking up, starting to come down the wire, third quarter.
Yeah, Mason got a little too aggressive here. Didn't really need to. Another look. Fine pass ahead, though. A little shove off. That didn't get called. Rewarded line right. Tyree Acuff.
Free throw shooting has been a problem in our first couple of games today. Grosse Pointe South girls struggled shooting the free throws against the Cass Tech girls, and similar problems in this ball game. Detroit Central, 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Muhammad. Rebound, Edwards. Oh, he didn't get the roll. He got his miss, though. Didn't get the roll again.
Kind of rushed it both times. Didn't really need to. Forced it up, but impressive offensive rebounding.
Offensive foul, Tyree Acuff.
Agbe stood in there, took the charge. Smart play by one of the captains for Brian Canfield. Another look here.
Bloomfield Hills led by as many as 9 in this third quarter. They have never trailed in this game.
No, they haven't, but it's never been super comfortable.
That'll make you feel a little more comfortable. Deron Mason splash.
Until now. Mason stepping out, doing a little outside job work.
Back up to 7 for the Blackhawks. Acuff, no good, just outside the free throw line. Mason on the push, giving it up to Edwards. Up and good. Deani Edwards feeling it.
Great footwork, took his time, finished the play. Nice pivot, firm finish, and the one. Another look here, good dish. Thoughtful pass by Muhammad, underhander. And this could push it to the largest lead of the ball game. That is also the third foul of the ball game for Acuff.
Foul's getting to be a problem. Even after the Edwards miss, Central now sees Acuff and Moore, 2 of their best, firmly in foul trouble.
Yeah, they're going to have to go get him at the next whistle. I think they will.
For now, Acuff's got it. Rolling off a screen and throwing to West. The freshman shook 3, and then he threw it out of bounds.
Central's gotten a little lost the last 4 or 5 possessions. And credit Bloomfield Hills, but quite frankly, a lot of it, they just have not had the flow. Coach Dewan trying to find that rhythm early in this season and in this game. A lot of time to make a move, though. Still
plenty of time. Long way away. It's good for Muhammad. Bloomfield Hills cannot miss.
Boy, this kid, so confident, smooth, not too excited, just confident coming back. High score in this game with 11.
It's a 12-point game all of a sudden. Pamplin driving baseline. He got fouled.
That's what Detroit Central needs to do. Attack. Can't settle against Bloomfield Hills. How about this three? Very confident. This Muhammad's the real deal, man.
12 points per game on the season. Team's leading score coming in now 11 in this game for Muhammad. One more coming for Pamplin.
Saw Cass Tech's girls win on their home court in game 1 in dominant fashion.
Pamplin got them both. 7 points for number 3.
Big points. Pressure. Turnovers need to be forced by this Central defense. There it is.
Unforced error. Muhammad was wide open and they just threw it away.
It's that press. It's that press. Anika McEvans with a catch down there. Her daughter plays basketball at a school you're quite familiar with, Syracuse Orange.
I hear smart, good-looking people go to that school. And then me.
Yeah. You and Buddy Behi.
Yeah, the two ugly ducklings, you know?
Oh, I beg to differ. There's been 2 much uglier ones on top of that hill.
Okay, if we're going to talk about Syracuse alums in Detroit, can we please talk about Ife Melifonwu? The man has played unbelievable the last 2 weeks.
Yes. I've thought of you in watching him. So we see that ball out of bounds. Reset. Yes, thank you for him. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's still Central basketball after all of this. A lot of moving parts to this possession. Who's going to pull the trigger? Jumper, good. And Central squeezes that lead down to 8.
That's Walker, and I tell you what, the young man just stepped into that like nothing. He hasn't played today. Cold off the bench, and that was a hot stroke.
Bloomfield Hills playing for the final shot of the third. Mason all the way, strong rebound. Acuff lost it. Mason didn't get the roll. What the heck happened there?
A dodged bullet. A dodged bullet by Bloomfield. Here come the Trailblazers. A little 4-0 run to close out the third. We got a game going to the fourth, partner.
Yes, we do. Here's Walker off the bench and making it happen. Central needs a lot more of that. Down by 8 going to the fourth.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores! Bloomfield Hills has had a darn good basketball program for a while now. Made the D1 Finals in 2017, just the third year that the school existed. Lost some talent from last year's team, Chad, as we've talked about all day. But man, with the way they've played today, not only could this be the first time they win this year, but more good things could be coming. Tough start to the quarter, though, as Edwards missed a corner 3.
No doubt. Who could forget that Yante Mateen club? That's first year ever being a high school, taking home a title.
Missed 3 by Pamplin, and then he wrapped up the guy Canfield fighting for the rebound. That's a foul.
And great sportsmanship after. Taylor came right over, picked him up. Good sportsmanship. We got a ball game, partner. I'm telling you, this is far from over.
I mean, Bloomfield Hills led by as many as 13 points in that third quarter. They're only up by 2 at halftime. Muhammad got it again.
Boy, is he something. 14 points. And that's big. That distanced him that much more up into that double-digit range. He's been outstanding with that stroke. What is that now? His third of the ball game.
14 points.
Yes, sir. Fourth of the ball game, pardon me.
Unforced error. Pamplin throws it away.
And Central just can't do that right now. If they want to stay in this ball game, they cannot have unforced turnovers like that. That's number 11 on the day. That's too many. Coach Dewan will tell you about that.
It's a Central team, a Division III school playing Division I school, Bloomfield Hills. And right now the Blackhawks are taking it to them. 2-point game at halftime, but Bloomfield Hills has never trailed at any point today. Lead just got larger. Mason off the glass and good.
It's a really good find from Ruben Fair. Good look by the senior.
13-point Bloomfield Hills lead. Moore back in the game, driving and kicking. Taylor 3, not close.
Oh, Canfield going to clear the way. Bloomfield Hills now, look, they have not been in this position where they're ahead of teams like this. So they need to practice being in a big lead, how you play, how you handle your business, and they're handling it just fine.
Yes, they are. The coach's son, Carter Canfield, was all alone. And for a team in Bloomfield Hills that is still looking for their first win of the year, this has got to feel great. Long way to go, 6 minutes left. But Bloomfield Hills has their largest lead of the day. Good ball movement and even better shooting for Muhammad.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
We want to give a freaky fast shout out to the Jimmy John's at 95 Monroe Street at Campus Martius in Detroit for feeding our crew all day long. Always fresh, always fast and delicious. The Tomey Group has 45 Jimmy John's locations. Take a look at that. Jimmy John's has never looked so good up against some Faygo and some cold drinks of water. Locations in Metro Detroit, they never disappoint. We thank our friends at Jimmy John's. Evan?
Can confirm it was delicious. Had one of the little sandwiches in between games, and I will be eating another one in between the next game.
Amen. I did respond from that veggie sandwich with a nice turkey tom. It was killer.
There you go. Always quality.
Yep.
The defense from Bloomfield Hills has been quality all day. Oh, my goodness. Canfield was rejected by Acuff. Carter went inside, and Tyree had other ideas.
Oh, my. I mean, this is climbing the ladder, and Canfield gets reminded he's in the 9th grade. Acuff deflates that pill, puts it in the 4th row.
No good. Edwards missed it. Out of bounds off Central, though.
Out of bounds off Central, and good fight down there by Bloomfield Hills. Look for a ball out of bounds play here. Biggest lead of the ball game, 15 for Bloomfield Hills. You don't want to do anything silly or risky. And they did.
They just did something silly and risky. Yeah. You know, why aren't they listening to you, Chad?
I don't know.
So many problems in life would be solved if people just listened to you. That's a turnover.
I agree.
Mason somehow found Canfield, and Carter's dad, Brian, the head coach, called the timeout right as Mason found his son, and as he called the timeout, he's smiling, thinking, Maybe I shouldn't have called timeout. I think we were getting a layup out of that.
It was a 2-on-1 break. Dad called the timeout, and hey, look, Dad's not always right. Looks like some cramping going on down there. I know a cramp when I see one. And the Trailblazers 4-3, as you mentioned, Division III, Evan. How about that state title team in '98 under the Antonio Gates? Who could forget that club?
And this high school's got a ton of tradition. They're actually the oldest public high school in the city, founded in 1896. So here's some famous alums. William Davidson, who used to own the Pistons.
Oh, wow.
Antonio Gates. Thomas Wilcher, who used to be the head coach here at Cass Tech. He went to Central.
Go Blue.
And then I'm going to test you here. James Lipton is one of their alums. Do you know who James Lipton is?
I'm guessing Lipton Iced Tea.
That's a great guess, but no. Have you ever watched the TV show Inside the Actors Studio?
No.
He hosts that show.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Screen Guild.
Yes, where they bring in actors and ask them questions.
It's like great, interesting lighting and one-on-one. Yeah, I have.
Yes.
Okay. Not the iced tea guy. He's the interview guy. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Very cool.
He interviewed James Gandolfini once, who played Tony Soprano.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite shows ever. Big rebound down there by Gray. Jeremiah threw it out to save the possession. Lipton asked James Gandolfini, if you get to the pearly gates and you meet God, what do you want him to say? And James said, I want God to say, take over for a minute. I'll be right back.
I hope that happened to the big fella. Oh, man.
Edwards blocked and fouled. Time's starting to run out here on Detroit Central.
Yeah. Gandolfini gone too soon. Good attack. This is Muhammad leading the way before giving up to the big boy, De'Ani Edwards. A special day for the 6'4 forward. Getting to the line. I like this kid. He's going to cause havoc in the OAA white. Fun to watch his progress. Maybe we'll have some of their games. This is a team that's without Noah Adamczak, a kid that graduated a year ago. He's at Central Michigan, Fire Up Chips. Had over 1,500 career points, averaged 27 points a game. I mean, they're trying to learn how to live life without this kid. He was a program changer.
It's interesting always talking to coaches because we follow sports, we cover sports, and we say all these silly cliches. We're not sure if it's true or not. Brian Canfield, Bloomfield Hills head coach, admitted to us the other day, another defensive stop. It's true, you have to learn how to win, and this is the type of day where they're learning how to win.
Yeah.
Heck of a performance from start to finish.
It has been, and they've allowed some runs by Central. They'll have to probably allow another one or diffuse one here. But, yeah, it's been an impressive wire-to-wire lead and what looks like a victory. But it's not over.
Up the floor, there's the floater that's bouncing around and off. Moore for Central with bodies behind the play. Forced a foul on Bloomfield Hills.
Strong rebound by Gray. He didn't get the rebound, but he kept it alive and tapped it to his teammate. You don't always have to be the guy that gets credit for the rebound. But how about that little underhand pass to lead the break? Double M finishing his business. Timeout on the floor. We'll step out with him. 3:48 left in the game. Little chicken left on the bone. Happy holidays. Don't go anywhere. We're the Prep. Back after this.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive Level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr today, 734-674-6154. Evan?
Thank you to Success Mortgage Partners and all our great sponsors here at the Prep, helping you bring all this basketball action from Cass today.
Absolutely.
3.5 to go, Chad. Bloomfield Hills up by a lot. You know Central's about to ramp up the pressure defensively.
They are. How will Bloomfield Hills handle this lead? How will they handle the pressure? Central's trying to make a move here, and this is the time to do it with 3 left.
Mason's open. His turnaround jumper is rolling off. More of the rebound. Got to put him on the floor even with 4 fouls.
Timeout.
Clock issue maybe?
I think so. Mr. Weaver down there guiding the ship. Oh, maybe a bloody jersey or nose. Yeah, they're going to have to go get Pamplin, and that's a big loss. It's a bloody nose, it appears.
Yeah, they never started the clock when they inbounded the ball.
A lot of problems right now with 3:07 left. A bleeding clock and a bleeding nose.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's why they pay the hypothetical big bucks.
Masticholi's on special all week. Any good leftovers from Christmas?
So the Stockton and Lee family had a standing rib roast on Christmas.
Ooh.
That will be my. That will probably be my dinner when I get
Nice.
home from the cruise around 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah.
Nice. Horseradish? Any horseradish?
That's
or
a great question. So Pat the Stat is showing you his lemon bars.
Nobody
and
cares. It doesn't compete against a standing
I was
rib
about
roast.
to say how good they were. I've tried both. They're really good. Really good.
Yeah, they're
Lemon bars and Rice Krispies.
I want to hear more about this rib roast.
The rib roast was very good. To finish the point, no horseradish. I was going around the dinner table serving myself some of the rib roast the other night. I was looking for a little horseradish, a little sharp to the really rich flavor of the beef. No horseradish this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
All right. It must have been really well seasoned on the edges, I can imagine.
Maurice Moore just missed the layup. I have no idea what he had for Christmas dinner. It's Bloomfield Hills.
Oh, boy. Well, if you're Central, you're looking for turnovers. You're down 15 with 2:50 left. You need to force turnovers and blitz, and that's coming right here.
Got to make a move and got to make it quick. That clock is not their friend, and the score is not their friend.
And they're nowhere near the bonus either, Evan. Just 2 team fouls.
You'd think they have to start fouling at some point just to get Bloomfield Hills to the free throw line.
That's right.
This is a very patient possession for Bloomfield Hills. Why wouldn't it be? Edwards, good. What a possession.
Great possession. I mean, that's a John Wooden type possession. You get 17 passes and then a drive lay-in. Hot knife through butter, finish.
Acuff as Central patient with the ball. Acuff's 3, no good. And I think they can see the writing on the wall now.
Yeah, and that wasn't the shot they wanted. It was not the shot they wanted. You could see in the disappointment. But the head coach across the way, DeJean Curd, in his second year. Build a nice program here at Detroit Central. You mentioned the history of it. Rich history.
Edwards off the great find from Mason. Got his miss, threw it up, and got fouled.
Just too much. Bloomfield Hills, I mean, you have to wonder, how do they not have a win? I mean, this is a pretty good team. I don't get it. However, they're playing well. They've got weapons, and good for them. Moving forward, I mean, this team, they're playing up in their schedule. They have competed against some stiffer competition. But today, Central's up against a determined Blackhawk team.
Be really curious to follow Bloomfield Hills going forward, because as we were talking about, their coaching staff was saying, just got to get one.
Yeah.
And then it's really going to start to flow when we hit conference play and all those sorts of things. This does feel like the type of game that turns around their season.
It does. And then on the other end, you wonder what Central's going to do. Look at that pass.
Moore finding Williams for 2.
I mean, they've got a tangle with Detroit Douglas, a perennial runner in Class D. East English Village, Detroit Northwestern, who's 3-1. Osborne's 4-0. So, yeah, I mean, that's gold division of the PSL is something.
Timeout with 1:05 to go. Bloomfield Hills closing in on their first win of the season.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
If your company wants to make the turn to the next level, make sure you contact Make the Turn, an award-winning digital marketing firm based right here in Metro Detroit. Founded by Mike Sullivan and Kyle Bogie in 2019, quickly grown to a full team of professionals who create custom marketing solutions to help your team grow. MakeTheTurn.com and check out all their great examples and reviews.
Central gets a bucket, Acuff the steal and the score. Bloomfield Hills in no hurry here, inbounding.
You're not lying, they're in no hurry. Nearing a 7-second call. How about that? Ooh, near steal, fine play and athleticism. We've seen Chris Taylor today all over the floor. I really like Taylor moving forward, and his progress is something to track.
Moore gives it up to Acuff. That barely grazed rim. There you go. Taylor the effort, saving the possession.
I mean, the kid's just all over the place. Down 14, 37 seconds left, and the kid's out there grinding.
37 seconds left before we get ready for game 3 out of 6 today. Henry Ford and Saginaw Arthur Hill coming up in about 20 minutes or so.
Your final of the day here.
That's true. Then off to the Cruise, starting a back-to-back 2 straight home games against the Windy City Bulls. Nice find by Moore. Acuff, good, +1.
How about it? No time to waste, going right at it. Tyree Acuff is a fun player to watch. Here's his finish. Steal, pass. How about the pass from Moore? Good play, good finish, and the free throw to get just a little bit closer and yet have another timeout. We'd love for you to like, subscribe, follow us. We're the Prep. He's Evan Stockton, I'm Chad Bush. There you see it. We've got all the socials you could imagine. And yeah, we got to get X up there. Thank you, Mr. Schwartz. We'll get that fixed for you. But we got TikTok, we got Facebook, we got X, we've got the Gram, we've got this thing called YouTube, which we're on right now. And if you haven't subscribed, would you please? Would you do that right now? Just subscribe. It's free. Thank you so much. If you'd like to email us, please do. There's Pat the Stat. That's what the G of the game had, Evan.
Hardest working man in the business. He
Yes.
paid me to say that. Bloomfield Hills cycling through the roster, getting some new guys. Anthony Amori, his first basket.
That's Amore.
We walked right into that one, didn't we?
Yes, you led me.
Should Anthony get a big pizza pie after the game? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, you said that, and in fact, it sounds really good.
It does sound really good.
But unfortunately, we are stuck with fortunately.
Yes. About to get some more myself. Acuff the roll in. That may be our final basket of the game.
The clock kept rolling. And yeah, this thing's over.
There was a whistle.
You're right.
Let's see if we have to put like 4 seconds back on the clock.
I think so. 5 seconds exactly is I think what they're going to do. They called a timeout. Timeout was missed. There's the Holiday Classic. Here you see 2 games about to be in the books. And Henry Ford and Arthur Hill are next. Oh, look at that. It's a nice little ad from our graphics department. Thank you, Mr. Sonnenberg.
Three more games to go after the next game. 4 more games to go. And then 3 tomorrow at Renaissance High. Game 2 of the day between Central and Bloomfield Hills is a wrap. Bloomfield Hills, congratulations, guys. Their first win of the year, taking down a talented Central team.
Great ball game. Congratulations to Bloomfield Hills on the win. Detroit Central with a great effort, and we saw a lot of talent. Big success ahead for them as well as these 2 teams shake hands. It's been another one, Evan. Thanks so much for the call of this great game. We've got the G of the game coming up next. Any thoughts on who that might be?
You know, Phil Muhammad had 14 points for Bloomfield Hills, and he hit 4 threes. I think that's a good guess for G of the game.
All right. He's our guy.
We'll talk to him.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
All right, we're back at Cass Tech. Second game of the day down, and congratulations to Bloomfield Hills. Never trailed, wire to win against Detroit Central. The Blackhawks take down the Trailblazers. Evan Stockton back with you, and we're joined by our G of the game, Phil Muhammad. First off, Phil, congratulations. You were lights out today, man. 14 points, 4 different made threes. What was clicking for you?
Well, I want to shout out to our coach. You know, our play, it really involves getting us open on the wing for a shot. And I'm pretty sure my coach has confidence in me to make those shots for us to win the game. So it wasn't just me. It was the team. All the swing passes to outside got me open, and I was just knocking down the shot.
You know, we were talking to your coach, Brian Canfield, getting ready for this game. Obviously, you guys hadn't won yet this year. And he was saying, we're so much better than that. I'm so impressed by the way the guys are coming back in the gym. And frankly, I think we just got to win a game to get the monkey off our back. Is that how it feels after you finally won one here?
It does. Well, we fell short a couple times, you know. But we came out here in mindset of being a dog, you know. I feel like that's important when you're not winning games. You just got to keep that mindset like, we're going to win. So I'm telling my team, we're going to be a dog today.
And going forward, still a lot of basketball to go here, right? What can you guys keep building on from this game? How can you keep getting better?
We got to be a better team. Team aspect. We got a lot of good players on our roster. But when you look at the roster, you got to put all 5 people together. And 4 quarters got to be put together in order to win a basketball game, not just 1 or 2. And that's what I think why we fell short before. We put 1 or 2, not the whole 4. But I feel like going forward, we could keep building, being a dog all 4 quarters.
Phil, great game. Appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Man. I'm not that old. He shouldn't be calling me sir. It's fine. I'll get over it. Bloomfield Hills, their first win of the season. They beat Detroit Central in the second game out of 6 today. The third one coming up, Saginaw Arthur Hill against Henry Ford. For Chad and the whole crew, Evan Stockton saying thanks, but don't go anywhere. We're back in 15 minutes for our third game out of 6 today. Hang with us.